clouds. There we go. Started.
Okay. All right. We're live then.
Pseudo live.
So we're alive.
We are alive.
Except for Chuck. Chuck's dead. Chuck ran too far or something, maybe.
Yeah, I think Chuck's hard 90 became a hard 6 feet under.
Yeah. So how was the crypto promo?
It's still running.
Oh yeah, because it's a long funnel, right?
Yeah. It's doing it's what's that?
What are you seeing? I haven't looked at the spreadsheet. The spreadsheet's like a live update, right?
Yeah, so we're at about 11,000 now, I think.
That's not bad.
11,000 gross net.
That isn't I think we're at 12. Let me look real quick. I think we're at 12 gross, but then we've had 2 refunds. And then we have all right, so we A/B split tested this one. So we've got 2 different. So one of them was a 3-day affiliate promo, right?
From emails going out from you guys.
Just to a sales page.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other one is the Mammoth
put into his funnel.
20 email sales funnel that he put together. And so far in terms of total sales, we have
same price, same offer.
Yeah, the only difference is whether we're pushing it into his funnel or we're selling directly to the sales page. That's what we want to test.
So far, we did 11 sales on the direct promotion, and then going into his funnel right now, we're at 18 sales. So,
damn.
Yeah. So that is definitely working better.
Your sale is already over.
Yeah, our sale's already over.
So we might we'll probably get even more sales from his direct funnel.
Yeah, I imagine we will. So we'll have to see what the
29 sales at $500 bump.
Yeah, they're $500. It's $4.99, and then there's a $99 in cart bump, and then there is also a $1,800 coaching upgrade, which we haven't.
And you're getting commission on all of them.
Yeah, what's that?
Yeah.
You're getting 50% on all of them?
Yes. Yeah.
So what's the gross or what's the net, I guess? What's the total and what's the split?
Yeah, let me do the 15. Give me 1 second. I'm just adding numbers here.
That sounds more like 14,000 is where you're at right now. 14 or 15 net, or not 14 or 15 gross.
I think that might be where we end up, which is what you could see. Yeah. 1475
That's not
minus 1,200. So we're at 13,595. I think we'll get at least 2 more refunds out of this. So that if that's accurate, then we're looking at 12,395.
But you'll get a lot more sales. I mean, how many days in are you into this whole thing?
So we have like 4 more days. It ends next Wednesday, I think.
Wow. Okay.
So,
how long is the funnel? Like how many days?
I don't even know. It's like
long. It's like a week and yeah.
No, it's more than 2 weeks.
Oh, because did he put the pre-launch content in there too?
Yeah. Yep.
He did like the ultimate funnel. Like
it's 20 emails basically.
Yeah.
So it's like 18 days or something.
So cool. Well, I guess I would expect that we'll get 10 more sales from his funnel.
Yeah, 20K gross. He has done 18 already. I think you'll get another 18 from his funnel. Because he hasn't even...
We'll see. I don't know. That's
because you haven't even closed yet. How many days has it been going on though, his funnel?
Let me look.
You usually get the sale on the last day or 2.
Yeah, but this one's weird. This one's weird because I don't think we're going to get the same level of bump that we usually do because there's only about 900 people going through it. So I don't think we're going to see that.
You already got 2% conversion. Damn.
Yeah, but remember the 900 people that are going through it are pre-selection, right?
Yeah, but that's always the case. Like his conversion rate on this was 2.7% to his audience. So I don't think we're going to beat that.
No, we're not gonna. Well,
We're gonna get
uh,
most of that
You
now.
might. You might.
we have an even stronger, like, so
There's a lot of different things at play here.
there's 3 levels, right? There's the one level is just software developers, right? That's like blasting to our audience in general. The
Right.
second level is his audience, which is mostly going to be interested in his product. They're going to have a higher conversion rate. The third level is people that have opted in to this funnel specifically for this thing, and that's
Right, but
going to be the highest conversion.
That's simple. That's exactly the same as people opting in from his audience. So if you find a YouTube video about blockchain,
I'll be back in a minute.
that accomplishes the same filtering that we have by sending the emails.
Sort of. I mean, his audience doesn't have. Not all of them are interested in becoming blockchain developers. Some of them are interested in different things with blockchain, but it'd be pretty close to his audience.
Yeah, right now we're at 1.9% conversion. So
Yeah. Well, it's I mean, looking at his numbers, right, from when he did his launch, he did have most of the sales on the last day. So
okay.
so I mean, based on that, we should double our
Well, okay, so we actually,
20
I'm looking
sales.
at the emails. Half the people right now are on the last day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh, so I'm wrong. Okay. So actually, so probably Monday will be the last day for this then.
Okay. That makes more sense then.
Yeah. Then so
maybe 5 to 10 more sales.
yeah, that seems that would actually put it right about at 2.7%. So
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense then.
that would
Okay.
be,
Then that'll be, I mean, if we end up doing like somewhere around like 20 to 22K gross and we make 11K from it, that would make it a successful, I would say. Not as good as we hope for, but about average, I'd say. Like the Kazi one, we did 35K, but we got 100% commission, so that's why.
Yeah, that's not going to be a deal we can wrangle very often.
Yeah, I mean, it might be depending on if someone has a good back end, then they're, it's like a self-liquidating offer, right?
Yeah.
Like plenty of people will pay for Facebook ads that they get 0 return on the front end. So,
right.
But yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. The one thing that was really weird about this that I've never seen. Oh yeah, Manny's back. I gotta tell him this. So, Manny. So it looks like half of the 900 people are in the last day today. So, so I think we're already
data today.
We're already pushing into the end of it here. But this is weird. This one was weird. We got 0 sales on the direct promotion days 1 and 2.
Wow.
Which I've never seen before.
As the price changes, so does the exclamation point and all that stuff.
I've done $500 offers before where we got a bunch of sales on the first day. So I don't know what it is about this one in particular.
People want to do their research on the guy. They don't know him.
I don't know. Maybe we did 11 sales basically on day 3. All 100% of the sales on day 3. And
it's interesting.
And 0 on days 1 and 2. It got to the point, actually, one of the sales that we got for that was at $99 because I was wondering if something was broken. And so I asked them to lower the price for just this test. And we got a sale almost immediately once we lowered the price.
You know what it could have been? Because on those days, that's when the email or we had the blog post and the YouTube video go out and they had the wrong links because they were going to.
No, those were all. That was the week before. That went out. Went out Thursday and Friday, and then we didn't do the actual launch until Tuesday. And he only had 8 people from our list sign up via that link, so that was really not a factor.
Yeah.
I was able to cross-check all the email addresses, and it was basically 0 signups. So yeah, I don't know. That was really strange. That was really, really strange. But also those numbers I gave you are including the multi-pays, which we had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, sorry, 4. This is pain. The spreadsheet's super unclear. We've had like 5 multi-pays, so that's actually counting future revenue, but I'm just counting the full dollar amount that we're expecting from that.
Okay.
So I was expecting a gross of around 20K, right?
I thought you said 15.
No, I was above that.
20? Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
15 to 20 or maybe 15, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm still holding on. I think it will still get to that point because last day is when you get a bunch of sales.
Yeah, well, we're on the last day now for half of the list, so we'll see.
Which is good. You
Get an idea tonight.
Okay, I have a really interesting puzzle for you, Josh.
Okay.
So I split my list,
Okay.
blind split into 3 random splits.
Okay. How did you do that?
1/3, huh?
How did you do that?
It was based on their name, like the letters in their names. So
Okay.
it's got nothing to do with anything, location, time, none of that shit. Just letters in their names.
Okay.
Did it evenly split it?
Yeah. Well, I worked out different combinations to the point I got even splits.
You made it harder on yourself.
Well, because ConvertKit doesn't automatically give you even splits. Like, it's pretty stupid. So
there's got to be a way, like just off of
I
last
messaged them
digit of the time they joined the list.
You can do that. You can try and do that shit too. I mean, there's so many different ways to, but this was not that bad either. I just had to say first name with M or P in it or something like that, and it worked.
Yeah, but it's not. So you didn't tell me this before. I'm gonna have to nitpick this because
I agree. Actually, I don't know where John's going.
Because there's a lot. Because ethnic names, right? Like there's a lot more that start with A, right? And then there's a lot less. Like I don't know. I would like to see. I definitely think there's going to be an unequal distribution based on the name.
Yeah, I agree that could potentially be biased.
My fellow marketers.
Well, you'll have to tell us not only the results, but also which letter groups got those results.
All right, I'll do that.
Okay.
So the letter groups are first of them, M or P, contains M or P.
Okay.
The second group is first name contains R or T, but not M or P. And first name doesn't contain M or P or R or T. So that's really as simple as that. That's how stupid this shit is, right?
All right. Okay,
Where
go
did
ahead.
you come up with this?
I just had to do it. I couldn't come up with better ways to split the list. I really tried.
Let's roll with that for now.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
But if I'm wrong, then I'm going back to that. That's my get out of jail free card.
All right.
Right there. Got it where I can read.
All right. So here's the test.
Okay.
Group one of the groups, you can actually tell me, oh, this group should have gotten this because the names are XYZ, ethnic, blah, blah, blah.
Oh, yeah, you have to pre-predict. Josh, if you're going to do that, you're going to have to actually, like, tell us.
Because M or P sounds very blah, so that must be this, okay? All right, so group one has, so this was a course called 7-Day Focus Challenge. Okay. And every day I was sending them one specific idea on focus. And then after day 3, I kind of started talking about the course, the 10X productivity course. And towards the end of that, I started talking about how I raise the price of the course when I add more book summaries to it, right? Okay. So the price point of the course is $69 right now, okay? I told them it goes up by $20 every time I add 10 books, blah, 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 right? So group one was just told that at some point in the future, price probably will go up because more books are added, so you should buy now. Group two was told that I have a discount code for you, a coupon code. Use it. It expires in 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, whatever. Like it's in the same length. The email sequence lengths are the same, exact same, almost the same emails, except for the differences in how the urgency is structured.
Right.
Right. So group 2 is told, this is your coupon and it expires on this day. Right.
Yeah.
Group 3 is told, I have this special price for you, discounted price for you. You can get it right here. Okay.
Okay.
So now, tell me which group did the best, which group did the second best, and which group did the third best.
Okay. So the options are the price might go up in the future.
Yeah.
At some point. Option 2 is here is the coupon code. It expires in 3 days.
Yeah.
And option 3 is here's a discount code, or here's a discounted price.
And it expires in 3 days.
Okay.
So both are expiring. Like the coupon is expiring. The price point, explicit price point, the lower discounted price point is expiring, while the first one has no deadline and no expiration either.
Right. I would guess that option 3 did the best. Option 2 did second best, and option 1 was the worst. But I have a feeling that you have different results based on your smile. So
they are the exact opposites.
So okay, so all right, and then now just across the 3 groups, were the open rates consistent and all the click-through rates and everything were identical?
Yep, not different at all. Around 15, 16%, 1% click-through rates, almost identical. It was just that the funny thing was in the discounts, the emails with discounts and coupons, they had higher unsubscribes overall than the non-discount and coupon emails.
Interesting.
Yeah, but the email open rates weren't really different at all.
How different were the unsubscribe rates? Like
the one which has no offer was maybe 20% lower unsubscribes.
Okay, so and they're probably all just like 0.1, 0.2%.
Yeah, overall of the
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty much the identical. Interesting. All right. So so how big were these groups, by the way?
These are all over 5,000 each, 6,000 ish.
And were they they're all current subscribers?
Yeah. And
did you just dump people into it?
There was no discrimination on their activity or anything like that.
And what was the other question I had?
So the price point of the offer is $69. The discounted coupon price is $27, and the discounted sale price is $29.
Are you just going off of revenue then? What were the sales numbers?
Revenue.
What were the sales numbers?
What do you mean?
What were the sales numbers? Like the raw number of sales per sequence.
Okay, let me get that for you. Okay, so the one with coupon had the highest number of sales.
Okay, well now we're okay.
No, highest number of sales of the first transaction, but lower upsells and lower bumps.
Okay. Which, that kind of makes sense.
Stop making sense of this shit.
No. I mean, no. If the price point, if the price point is lower, the upfront dollar amount is lower, then it makes sense that the upsells are going to be lower as well.
Yeah.
The percentage.
The discounted one was the worst in every way, shape, or form. The number of transactions were lower, and there were almost no upsells or bumps.
What are the numbers? Like, so how many raw sales, like how many customers were there for each segment?
Yeah. Okay. So it's 100 sales from the 110 sales from the coupon, front end sales, 15 upsells, 25 bumps. Okay. In the discounted one, there is just 80 sales, and then the core and the non-discounted, just all by itself, it's 50 sales of the core offer, 25 upsells, and 30 bumps.
Okay. Interesting. So the gross number of sales was highest for the coupon code?
The gross number of sales was highest for coupon code, but even then, the total dollar amount was higher on the one with the no discount whatsoever. And
Right.
not only that, the
How close
take
were
on
they?
bumps and sales was insane, right?
What were the actual dollar amounts for each one?
So the coupon one was around $5,300.
Okay.
The discounted one was around $2,500, and the one with the no discount was $6,500.
Okay. So they were pretty close. The two top ones were pretty close.
Close, but far, because you're getting so many more upsells and bumps than what you're getting with the coupon. And not only that, I'm not lowering the values of the product. So in the future, when I do a sale, when I do this again, it's not going to be hard to sell to those people because they're used to the idea that the product is never discounted. It only goes up in value, right? So it's easy to keep on selling again and again and again. While with the discount, now you're fucked. Now you're done. Now you've shown them the discounted price. You're not going to be able to show them.
Well, that's not true though, because you've offered them the discounted price before. So you didn't poison the well, right? They've seen that discount multiple times.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like these people.
The argument that you train people to only buy on discount, I don't buy that, because the entire world runs on discounts. So your one or two discounts from you is not going to change the fact that they see everything discounted.
So there's quite a few very interesting things that I noticed here. One is that the discounted version was performed the worst. And here's my take on it, and I might be wrong. It performed the worst because people actually feel that they don't know what they're getting when they're just being sent to a sales page with a new price. But when they're being sent to a sales page with a real price, and then you're giving them the discount code and they enter it, they feel a sense of like accomplishment, like, oh, it actually is a discount, not just a random price that was shown to me. It actually did take the price down. And as a result, you get an uptake in everything, not only the front end product, but also on the upsells and the bumps, just because you're working to, like, they had to do something to get it. So they are more likely to engage with the offer compared to the discounted people who basically got everything handed to them in the platter, and hence they didn't really do much with it.
That's possible. I mean, I've not seen, we did this transition with Simple Programmer because we were using discount codes for everything where they had to enter it themselves. And I didn't see any improvement, or it didn't really change the sales when we switched to the inline. If anything, it increased them, but that was when we did it a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So
I don't know if the market conditions change or if people's perspectives change or what it is. I mean, I find it hard to believe that you and I have very different kinds of people who are.
Yeah, I don't know that really be,
right.
Yeah, the case.
It's so stark. The difference is so big that it's almost like not even in the ballpark. If it was almost near each other, I would be like, yeah, okay, well, that's what it is. But this is not even in the freaking ballpark. The fact that people have to work for it, I feel like it's
less than 20%, right? Or wait, so the discount, so the one that was really low, that was the one where they just went straight to the, and you're positive, that's really odd. I almost wonder if there might not have been something else going on there.
The names.
I don't know. I mean,
what were the name group? What was the winning name group?
Oh my God, you guys.
Hold on,
Stop
let me
it.
guess the winning name group.
Yeah, why don't you guys do that? And then we'll
Okay, what were the three groups again?
M or P.
That it
R.
contains an MRP, the first name?
Yeah, the second one was M or P, but
First
not
name,
R or
right?
T. Yeah. The
Do
second,
you have a way to track lifetime value, Manny? It'd be interesting to export those segments and see if there's any difference in the lifetime value. That would answer this question.
Okay, so I would guess that the group that doesn't contain an MRP or an RRT would do best.
oh my God.
Is that right?
Actually, that did the worst.
That did the worst?
Uh-huh.
Can we get a sampling of the names?
Oh my God. Just stop it now. You know.
Because I can look at a name and I can tell you whether that person is going to buy or refund.
If your name was Donald Trump, we would call you racist.
I'm like a mentalist. No, I'm a mentalist, not a racist, a mentalist.
That's what he says. No, man. Seriously, it did the worst.
Okay.
Well, I mean, yeah, that's interesting. So I'd be very curious to see how this strategy works for you long term. Like if you only ever just make offers and threaten a price increase,
Yeah.
whether that
it makes
long term.
it makes sense in the upsells, I would say, because what would make sense to me on the upsells is the idea that people are okay. If you come in with a discount and then you get an upsell, you're like, well, where's my discount? It's like it's like going into Best Buy and you go to buy $1,000 TV and they're like, oh, it's $700, and then they're like, would you like this this $100 HDMI cable? And you're like, if I get a discount on that too, right? You're not gonna like almost like buying something at full price after you got something with a discount kind of negates your discount. But if you've already paid full price for something, then it's actually an anchor. It's like, so if you go into the clothing store and you buy a $1,500 suit and then they sell you a $100 tie, that's fine because now that price of the $100 tie seems cheap. But if you got the suit at 50% off for $500 or whatever 66% off, then the $100 tie would seem really expensive. I don't know. That's would be my only way to make sense of it. But
Yeah. I mean, the fact that they're paying full price, they're opening up their wallets. The upsells actually don't seem that expensive anymore. The bumps don't seem any expensive anymore compared to when you're paying $29 and the bump is $49 or the upsell is $49 or $99. That's high. But if you paid $69, the $49 bump is not that high. The $47 upsell is not that high. The $97 upsell is not that high. So that changes the dynamics completely. So you get fewer sales, but because the prices initially the upfront price is high, and knowing that your upsells and bump uptake becomes much higher, you end up making shit ton more, and that I think is ridiculous.
Well, do it 5 more times and see what the results are. I mean,
And I will, because I did this for one course for productivity. I'm going to do it for the other 2 courses as well. And this is almost like now becoming my strategy. This is all I can see the progression here. I just have to keep on threatening them with the price increase. And at some point, actually it happens because I'm going to be like, hey, by the way, I told you price is going to increase. I'm adding books. Here's your increased price. And that will probably drive, in the past, whenever I've done it, it has driven new sales. So that's like.
But when you do it the next time on the experiment, don't do it on the first name. Do it on mod, like a mod 3 of the last digit of.
Dude, you'd be surprised how stupid ConvertKit's all of this shit is.
You should be able to do like a liquid template or something to do a mod.
Yeah, I have it set up, Manny, so that I've got. What I did was I went in and I created, like, based off of the timestamp of when people signed up. I created these. I can do 5% segments. So there's or 10% segments because there's 0 through 9. So I can split it based on. I can get pretty exacting on segmentation.
Okay.
Just off of the last
So
digit.
here are my options for tagging people, okay, or for creating segments. Within a country or region, distance from a city, subscription date, okay, subscription date.
Okay.
And it is only before or after a certain date. That's all it allows me to do. Okay.
Can you put a time in there though?
Can you
No.
do a custom query based off? Can you do a custom, like a search query?
No, it's only before or after. That's all. Those are the only two fields. Okay.
This is why I like.
Then there is
You must
first
be able
name.
to search on people based on more information than that.
Well, that's freaking convert.
Because whatever you can search on, you can segment, I would assume.
Yeah. So the subscription date is one of them. First name is one of them. Email address is one of them. And there's a custom field. And there's like no custom field. I would have to create a custom field to do that stupidity.
I have a feeling I'm going to send you a let me Google that for you link in a second here.
But yeah, no,
I asked them about that, and there was no good. The other thing I can do is I can literally take the same split that I have and just give them a different offer next time around, do that split test and see what happens, right?
Yeah.
To this group that, and to that group this.
Rotate the segments.
Rotate the segments.
But I mean, all joking aside, Manny, that is a pretty, that like in any kind of polling or survey research, like not using the names is something that they deliberately avoid because of.
Yeah, but it's hard to predict, like M or P or RRT. You can't really make any real sense of that shit.
I don't know. There could be a pattern that we don't know. That's the thing is like, I'm not saying.
Yeah.
You guys.
If you can do it off of a number, that is better. That's definitely better. It's less likely to introduce any kind of bias.
Well, that's what we have.
So I'm not. I would say I'm not surprised by that. I mean, I'm surprised by the results for sure. What I'm most surprised by is the fact that you had one segment that underperformed that much, and I suspect that there's something going on there beyond the test. Yeah. Because if it's not, almost always with that kind of thing, it's going to be within more like 10 to 20%, which is what you saw with the other two segments. So
I see.
I'm very surprised by that huge gap. So
yeah,
that would be, I don't know. I have no idea what could just be that completely valid.
So the only thing that I can think of is that the third one was driven by deadline funnel, and it had a timer on top of it.
Which one? The link?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I've had zero luck with the deadline funnel. The times when this was a while ago, but when I tried to set it up, it broke a bunch of stuff, and I actually cut our sales in half. So there is a possibility that was a factor.
I've been testing their links. Like I've been testing I did almost 10 days of testing before I even floated it out just to see what was happening, to see if the timing was correct. The only thing I can think of is the fact that there is a timer, urgency timer on top on that one, the one that performed the worst, which kind of sounds as crazy as it sounds. It's real. It did perform the worst.
Doesn't make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So when I set it up, it looked everything I could see on my end. I sent myself test emails. I looked at emails that were but we kept getting emails back from people saying this link isn't working. This link isn't working. What's going on? And I could not find anything wrong with it. Like it appeared to be working, but I kept getting emails back saying this is not working. Or they'd open the email. I had the countdown timer in the email, and sometimes the timer would be 0, even though they just signed up. Like it was really glitchy for me. So just one. I know a lot of people use it though. So
yeah, some of the biggest names. I mean, Brendon Burchard is a big fan of it. Yeah. And he's doing millions doing that shit.
So I don't know if it was. They may have fixed it by now. It may be.
It was pretty clean when I was using it, so I didn't feel any challenges, but I am open to the possibility that it might be something
If
is
it was
broken
like
there.
if it was like 62, 53, 48, that would be more like what I would be expecting versus like what's like a third of the winning total.
Hmm. Yeah.
Very interesting. I'm super curious because I've tried doing like we're increasing the price in the past and not really had the best results with it. I'm trying to think when we did
I think
that.
the coupon one is a real revelation to me. The fact that people had to do the work, and that got them to do a lot of that increased the overall sales on that. Compared
I'd be
to,
curious next
Coupon
time
is
to.
free.
huh?
Coupon is a free thing that you give. It's a gift. So coupon, like the reason why retailers use coupons instead of just giving you a discount is because it's like, especially like, it's like the best one is when someone gives you a gift certificate for $20 off, right? And then it says off your $100 purchase, right? Because it's like, if you get that in the mail, you're like, oh shit, I have to use this thing because it's $20. Like it has a face value to you, right? As opposed to that's way more effective than if you got in the mail something that said, "Oh, off your next $100 purchase, we'll give you 20% off or $20 off." They're the same exact thing, but if I actually have a coupon in my hand that like looks like a $20 bill, you know what I mean? That says $20 on it. I feel like if I don't use it, I'm wasting $20, which is a big psychological shift.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the other thing is also the fact that people have to do the work to use the coupon. I think that makes a big difference. The fact that you have to actually earn it, you get a certain sense of like joy from seeing the price go down because you did something,
Yeah.
right? Compared to that price being handed to you, in which case you may or may not feel that much excitement about it. The other thing
Yeah.
I was thinking was that um, if there was a way to make the coupon even more cryptic, where you actually have to solve to get the coupon, I think you
Yeah,
would have
exactly.
even better results. If you force people to be like, you can earn this coupon, you have to earn it, you have to actually solve this puzzle. Only people who can solve the puzzle will get this coupon. I think you would do even better. I would have to test this. I would have to figure out if,
Click all the squares that have signals in
Yeah.
them.
You see that? Okay, so the psychology that people use for that is, have you ever gotten in the mail something that says, scratch this to see how much you win? Right? And
Yeah,
that's
those are
exactly
called in direct mail. Those are called involvement devices.
it's because it's giving you the sense that you've won something, that you've actually, like, the prize, but the prize is a coupon, which is a discount, which is right. That's so
Right.
it's the same type of thing. Like, you could reward someone who say, oh, like, I thought about this for the Bulldog Mindset membership, is I could send someone a coupon for saying, oh, for completing the quiz, or for scoring this high on the quiz, you get this coupon, right? I'm going to give you $20, a gift certificate for $20. In fact, it's better to even not even call it a coupon. It's best to call it a gift certificate for this amount, and just restrict it so that the gift certificate is only usable on this thing.
The other thing, Manny, to try would be doing the discount but not dropping the price so drastically.
Mm-hmm.
So try going down to $49 next time instead of $29, because that is like more than half off.
mm-hmm.
So that is going to cut your front end revenue. Like, you're not going to, by going from 49 to 29, you're not going to double your sales.
Mm-hmm.
So the chances of you losing revenue goes
I mean,
up.
I use the pricing that we have in the past tested to work very well for our sales. So I figured.
That was different though too, because that was a cold audience that hadn't seen the offer before.
Mm-hmm.
So that was we had a big barrier there to overcome, which is that they didn't know you. But
There's also, you trigger the bullshit detection system at some amount of a discount as well, Where like, I mean, imagine if you went to a store and like you looked at something and it was like 90% off, you'd be like, yeah, okay. Like
Yeah,
it wouldn't mean anything to you at all. You'd be like, yeah, okay, I don't even trust this at all, right? So, so if it's too much off, then it's no good.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Threshold.
Very cool. Well, I mean, it would be great if just increasing the price constantly was an effective technique.
Yeah.
And at some point, you're going to hit a ceiling on that because I don't imagine you can sell that for $400. So
No, but then you split the product.
it's like a stock split.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's only so many books you'll do on productivity before you say, you know, there are other topics as well. So it's like basically some topic or the other will keep on increasing in price is kind of what.
Wait a minute. This is going to be the split. You're going to split it into three packages. It'll be productivity books that have the letter M and P.
There you go.
Books that don't have the letter M and P.
Product.
I like it.
Yeah.
That's great. That's cool.
It's
John, are you still bumping the price up on Bulldog? Where are you with that?
Update on it. I fired Marwan.
Okay.
Yeah, just he was doing an okay job, but like, well, what I found out was I was only paying him $1,000 a month, but he was like, he wrote all the emails for the email sequence, and they were just didn't sound like me, and they were very like the grammar was bad. I mean, he's, you know, his English is like his fourth language or whatever, so you know, but still, it just didn't sound like me very much. They were kind of scammy sounding and stuff. So I was like, all right, I need to rewrite all the emails anyway in my own voice. So I went through that, and then it was like I just had problems with attention to detail. Like I was like, okay, clean up active campaign emails so they're all named, you know, the same thing. The tagging is correct, and all, you know, and ClickFunnels, like all the steps need to be named. Like I don't want to see different punctuation and capitalization on shit, and he just like, for some reason he just couldn't handle that like that, and it drives me like I was trying to explain to him. I was like, look, I've built businesses for long enough and known that the thing that's going to kill you later on is organization. Like at the beginning, like cleaning up a mess like way later on when you scale is like, you got to start off with a good level of organization.
Because you don't know, once it gets complex, it's spaghetti code and you don't know.
Exactly. So he just couldn't do it. And then I looked at what he was doing, and it's like he's managing the Facebook, like, or the membership group. And it's like, so he's like, I'm making the lessons, he's posting the emails to go out and writing the descriptions, which the descriptions for them, again, were things that I need to write or someone with good English needed to write. So those were not so good. And then he's posting to the Facebook group and interacting with the members. And I was like, you know what? I went through all the lists of stuff that he's doing. And I was like, if I manually did all this stuff, it would take me an hour a week. So I was like, okay, you know, it cost me more than an hour a week for the cleanup I have to do. So, I mean, he's like 21 or 22 years old. He's, you know, he lives in Morocco. So, you know, I think he learned from this. He tried, but just wasn't working out. So what I decided to do is, right now we've got 154 members. And I start off at $19 a month. And then I think we kept it at 29 right now. So I think we've got 100 members at 29 and like 50 at 19.
Did you try going higher than that, or is that as high as you went?
I haven't tried going higher than that yet. What I want to do is, what I did now is I rewrote all the emails. I put everything on an evergreen funnel. So when you take the quiz, you automatically go into the sequence and get the mini sale for yourself.
What is the sale?
It's basically just that, you know, the membership at like discounted rate from the $69 is that's like the standard retail rate that I put
What do
on
they get?
for in the membership.
What is their off? Like, okay, so right now it's, when you opened it last, it was $29 a month. But
Yeah.
for people who take the quiz, how much do you offer them for?
$29 a month.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's pretty much just staying there for now. I want to see conversion. I don't want to raise the price until I see conversions.
What is the current
Evergreen
price point? Is it really about conversion, or is it about the total dollar per email subscriber?
Well, the thing is, like, I don't like if I'm not selling it at $29 a month, I don't want to raise the price. It's not gonna.
How many did you sell per 100 email subscribers?
I don't know on the Evergreen with the new emails yet because I just turned it on yesterday. Like I had a problem with Thrive. I didn't realize I wasn't getting people in the funnel. So I'll know in like a week. You know, that's when the first people start trickling through. I'm getting like around like 10 to 20 new email subscribers a day. Probably more like around, I guess, 15 on average or so. So we'll see. I should have some data pretty soon. But yeah, I don't want to raise the price until then. And then I need a strategy for ongoing pitching the membership. Like, I don't like the idea of doing like once a month, making a whole new sales sequence and opening it and raising the price and doing that. Instead, I want to do the Evergreen. So this is kind of my base. Like, I'm trying to strip things down. What I want to do is you take the Bulldog Mindset quiz. From there, you automatically get your score, and then the training series on how to raise your score, which is the Evergreen funnel that sells the membership. And then if you don't buy then what I want to do is just have like weekly emails that talk about what's happening in the membership, kind of like what you're doing, Josh, with the Simple Programmer one, and then just that are like soft pitching it, right? And then maybe at some point down the line, maybe I do some kind of push or something occasionally, but basically just continuing to update people on the cool stuff that's happening in the membership to make them, you know, want to join it.
And would you give them a new offer at that point, or would you just let them buy at $69 a month?
Every single email would just be like, okay, here's what's going on in the membership, or here's this cool thing that happened in the membership. If you want to join and get in now, you know, come get in. And then I might put in that messaging that, you know, this is the lowest price will ever be, right? As we get more members, I'll be raising the price, right? It probably makes sense to do that, and then see. But I'm okay with the $29 a month price as well. And part of it too is that, like, the way I'm looking at the membership is that a lot of the lessons and whatnot and stuff in there, like, I've got Bluehost in there, which is like $115 per commission. You know, I've got what else, like Thrive in there, and a few other like affiliate offers that are in there that end up making more money per member anyway. So yeah, I don't know. I don't really see. I don't know if I can sell it at a lot higher than $30 a month. That's fine. Maybe in the future I'll be able to, but yeah. I also don't want to create. What I want to do is just get this running on autopilot for the most part, and then so I can focus on the Simple Programmer stuff, and then I'll come back to it, and then I'll, you know, revisit it later. But right now I just want to get it running on autopilot. You know, it's got a good amount of members now. If it can just continue to grow or you know, slowly or maintain, that's fine. I also have Josh, I actually have Kestrel replacing Marwan.
Oh, okay.
He actually, so he sent an email to cancel his membership.
Okay.
Right. And I was like, what the fuck? Right. In his email, he was like, you know, I get a lot of value out of John's free stuff. His stuff is really, really good, but I don't see any more, like the YouTube free content. I don't see any more value in the membership. So I'm just going to stick with the free stuff. And he's like, and I was like, what the hell? You've been following me for years, and you're gonna not pay me $30 a month when you're getting value from my stuff, right? So anyway, I emailed him back, and I was like, man, I didn't expect this from you. I was like, that if you're getting value from the free stuff, but I said, well, here's a good opportunity. I was like, if you're going to cancel, then I want to know why, like what is, what would make it worth it for you. So he gave me some information. And then I said, okay, well, let's jump on a call. And he had a bunch of plans for what he thought would make the membership better. So when I got on the call with him, I was like, well, he sent me this huge document with like all the kind of stuff that he would like to do and some marketing plans and stuff. And so I was like, you know what, I'll, do you want to do it? So he basically said, yeah. So he's kind of working as a volunteer right now. He's handling everything Marwan did. And then in the future, when we grow it, we'll work out some kind of compensation for him. But
I don't know if this is a scalable customer retention strategy here, John. It's like just hire everyone who goes to cancel. You hire them as the marketing director.
Yeah.
you give them a little sandbox site to play in for a few more months.
What's surprising though is that actually I had a lot of what I've been doing is just doing personal videos for anyone that cancels and just asking why and like encouraging them to make the investment, because it's like one of the biggest arguments that people say for canceling membership is I really like it, but I can't afford the $29 a month right now. And that's the one. I love that answer, because I'm like, you can't afford to not pay the $29. Like if you say that you can't afford $29 a month, you really need to pay for the membership. Like that's the biggest reason why. I don't have to tell you anything else besides that indicates that you need to be learning what's in here, right? Because if that's a lot of money to you, then you're like, you're not going to get out of the hole unless you figure out, unless you have a shovel, right?
Genius.
So you need a shovel.
Genius.
So, yeah.
I'm gonna do a soft upsell of a online course membership site when I open up enrollment for the entrepreneurship package. So that'll be an upsell on the back of the entrepreneurship package, probably $100 or $200 a month. Just straight up focused on online business, nothing else. Maybe I'll get 10 or 20 guys on it, and that's probably good enough. But
yeah,
definitely going to position 100 to 200, not going to do any cheaper than that.
I mean, it makes sense for online business for sure. I need to do some kind of group coaching at some point and do like for online business, but
yeah, you should. I think
I want to get Bulldog Mindset on autopilot right now, really, where like I basically can do everything Bulldog Mindset in one day a week, right? So just Mondays. And so then I can free up the rest of the time so we can work on simple programmer stuff. And
I thought you cleaned up all your schedule so you could work on Bulldog Mindset, and now you're cleaning up all your schedule so you can work on simple programmer. I think your life is just going to be cleaning up schedule for one from the other and from the second to the first. You'll never be done cleaning up your schedule for good.
No, the plan with the Bulldog was always to get initially, I guess, to get it started was to clean it up. But, this year I've been focusing on trying to clean it up so we can finally get simple programmer stuff going again.
One of the things I'm now focusing on is creating all the systems for YouTube and podcast and like the blog, like really systemizing all of that. Because right now, so far, it's been all ad hoc and it's like become a nightmare. Okay, publish this video, publish that video. It's just such a hassle. So I'm like trying to systemize all of that crap to the smallest possible detail so that literally when I record the audio, that's all I did and everything happened according to the plan, rather than me having to like pull so many different strings to make it happen right now, which is the case. But I really need a lot of systems and process to streamline all of that and fulfill that. Like, because every step, like YouTube has its own set of 10, 20, 30 things that you need to do. For podcasts, another set of 10, 20, 30 things you need to do. For blog, another 10, 20, 30 things. So everything has to be systemized. And I said, I was like, I'm just going to bite the bullet and waste my time on building these systems and process. Otherwise, I'll never do it. So,
it'd be good. I'm using Process Street.
That's what I'm using as well.
Okay, I like it. It's pretty good. I've got Kestrel using that too to create a bunch of checklists and stuff.
Okay.
And I'm using that for my weekly productivity.
What is that? Weekly productivity? By the way, I'll be back in a minute.
Okay.
Ask a question and run.
Yeah.
Did the Flow guy reach out to you yet, John?
Oh, Tiffany De Silva,
No, is
Flow Faux Product. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, that's funny. I just got an email from someone that flowjo.co.
Okay.
You're talking about Rian, though.
Yeah, Ian.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, you guys doing an interview then?
Yeah. Oh, hold on one second. Actually, let me.
Oh my
I'll be
gosh.
right back.
All right. Well, I will just monologue here by myself. 2 empty chairs. All right. I'm stepping away here so that John sees an empty screen when he comes back.
Problems with trying to drink a whole thing of water every day. But yeah, no, he reached out to me, so we're supposed to do an interview. I'm not sure if he wanted to do it in person, so I'm not sure if I'm going to go up to LA or he's going to come down.
All right.
But I think that one should do well. I think that'll
be interesting because they're going to be closing on the calls, like consult calls. So
yeah, I think closing via phone is going to be pretty effective.
Yeah,
he said that his close rate was really high. I can't remember what. I think it was like over 60%.
He was saying for this, he was hoping for 25.
Okay.
So
well, if he gets 25, that would be pretty good.
Yeah, that would be good. So yeah, I'm planning to just do a 3 or 4 email sequence, basically just teasing the video. So he's going to do a video with Steven. What's Steven's last name again? Steven
Kotlin, I think.
Yeah. So he's going to do a video about Flow for software developers. Together, they're going to basically do like a webinar type of thing. And so I'm just going to take that and write some teaser emails and get people to sign up for that video.
Okay, cool.
It'll be like a 1 hour thing. It should be actual. It sounds like it'll be really good, valuable content.
Yeah, it might be good. I should talk to Rian about having me do an interview with Steven.
Yeah,
well.
I asked that, and he said that they really would prefer not to do that, just because they want to be able to, like, he's really protective of his time, it sounds like.
Oh, okay.
So, but you can always ask.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because I'm thinking, like, if you definitely push the books, like, people have heard of his books. So
Yeah, I think it'll be easy. I mean, I don't think it'll be hard to, since I'm just going to get people to opt in, it should be pretty easy. We'll probably be able to do like 1,500 opt-ins on that, I would think.
Yeah, it's pretty directly relevant. A lot of people are interested in Flow for especially software developers. So
Yep.
So
yeah,
I
at that
finally,
point, though, if they weren't closing on the phone, I honestly don't know if I would be.
Then I wouldn't want to do it for sure.
Yeah, because that is seriously steep.
So I finally broke down and got new AirPods.
Oh, okay.
After having like the first edition. So I got the wireless ones. I mean the wireless charging ones.
Okay.
So the new, we'll see if they work. The other ones were just like the battery charge started to be so little and then one of them wouldn't work. But I've got it hooked up now to my computer though, and it seems to be working fine. So I think I'm just going to use these instead of the wired headphones.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I was having a hard time with my Mac keeping them. What was the problem? I just was having a hard time getting them to connect. Like they would, and then sometimes it was weird because like sometimes I'll be away from my computer in the other room, and like I'll take them out and like try to play it on my phone, and it'll be connected to the computer.
Oh yeah.
3 rooms away, so it does create some awkward pairing situations.
And I got a new laptop finally up. Well, I don't know if it's an up. I bought a ThinkPad, Carbon X1. I think it's the Carbon.
Oh, okay.
Or the X1 Extreme. And so it's like a 15-inch. That's what I'm using now. And what I did was, I don't know, this is an experiment. I'm trying this out, but I got rid of my external monitor and keyboard and mouse.
Oh. Ooh,
so
okay.
I'm just have my desk with my laptop on it right now, and I'm just using the trackpad on the laptop, and then
one thing to watch on that is if you are looking down all the time.
Oh yeah.
Yourself neck issues. So that's one. I did that for a while with my MacBook, especially on the treadmill desk, and it definitely puts a lot of strain because when you have your head. So if you have your head forward, like your head's supposed to be directly over your spine. Right. If it's forward 1 inch, it increases the weight on your traps by 10 pounds. If it's 2 inches, it's 20 pounds. So mechanically you're putting it, it's like hanging a 10 or 20 pound, putting the neck thing on and sticking 20 pounds in it. That's why that like sort of kyphotic posture is so bad when you're,
okay. That makes sense. So I might have to get a stand then to just lift it.
Yeah, you might have to go back to the keyboard. That's when you put it on a stand, you have to have a keyboard and a mouse.
Oh, well, I saw a tilt one that like tilted up.
Oh yeah, you can do that too.
Yeah.
It's awkward to type on when the keyboard is like vertical.
Yeah. That's true. Okay. Well, I'm going to experiment with it. My thing was to get back to simplicity. Like, I feel like there's just clutter on my desk and so many wires. And then it was like, and then the other thing that I was thinking was, it's like when I'm traveling, I don't want to pull out my laptop because it's a pain to use. Right. So I wasn't working as much when I was traveling. Whereas if my default is using the laptop how I would use it traveling, then it would make it easier. So I'm just stripping it down to the basics too. I was like, okay, maybe I add the mouse back at some point and see if that really, it's almost like digital minimalism, like trying to figure out, okay, it's the bare minimum. And then like, is it actually worth the productivity boost to have a mouse? Is it worth the productivity boost to have an external keyboard? Does the external monitor actually, increase the productivity? I'm wondering if the external monitor does at all. Like I feel like it might actually decrease productivity because it's nice to have the wide screen, but at the same time it creates distractions and like you're probably faster switching windows.
For me, I would say I've done it both ways, and I definitely think the external monitor helps mainly because of the side-by-side. Like if you've got, there's a ton of cases where I need to have reference material open and, and then my working window over on the side. So in those cases, like if you're, looking at, if you're editing a spreadsheet or something and you're having to tab back and forth and remember what it was, or, doing Linux commands or something and having to remember what it is, like it's definitely, for me, it's definitely a win, but.
Yeah, that's why I had the ultra wide screen.
Yeah.
But I'm also finding that even with the 15-inch though, if I really need a side by side, I can do it. Like I can just shrink the windows. Like my default isn't side by side, but if I need it, I can just split the browser window out and then use the hotkeys to split it halfway. So I don't know. We'll see how it works out. But
what's your best advice on creating systems?
On creating systems? Okay, so I was just going over this with one of my coaching clients yesterday. Was basically like it's like solving an n+1 like equation, like basically what do you call it, induction. So, so like, for example, I was just helping one of my clients to do a system for his blogging, right? So I was like, okay, what I want you to do is just commit to writing one blog post this week, however long it takes, whatever. Don't worry about efficiency or anything. Just do it, right? And don't even worry about how you're doing it. Just do it, right? So you start off just by doing the thing. Then I told them the next week, what I want you to do is I want you to do it, but I want you to make notes while you're doing it of the different things you're doing. Not necessarily the order. Don't try to have any kind of system or any steps. Just like say, okay, these are the activities that I'm doing, and just be aware of what you're doing. And then the third week, I told them, now what I want you to do is I want you to do it, but I want you to think about what you think are the steps ahead of time, and create a pseudo system for it, and then try and follow those steps and see how that works. And then the fourth time, now it's like the N+1. Now you have like 3 data points. Now you should know what the system should be. Now I want you to articulate an actual system, exactly what the steps, think about the efficiencies, how you would optimize that system, and try to come up with the ideal system. And then you follow that system. And every time that you follow that system, you constantly ask yourself, is there a better, faster way I could do this? Could I eliminate this step in some way, right? Is there an alternative? And, and can I refine this? So then, basically by the fourth time you have the system, and then every subsequent time you're improving on that system until there's really no improvement on it.
How do you do it when you have an employee that you're trying to teach this to?
When I have an employee that I do it, I basically do all those steps I said before, except when I get to the point where I have the system, then I document the system. Well, in fact, part of that is documenting the system for yourself and then following it yourself, right? So it's more critical. Like basically at step 3, or at step 4, I would document the system myself, right? And I would start following my own document every time. So if you do that and you document it, then like if I was going to get an employee to do it, I already have the documentation because I created the system for myself and I'm following it. So I know that it works because I'm using the system. And then I video record myself going to the system. And then I send them the video.
Okay, so this is like a combination here because the employee kind of sort of knows what to do. So now I just need to get him to do the thing and create the system himself then?
No, well, it's probably better if you create the system.
Well, so the thing with what we're talking about is there's a meta level system and then there's the specific system inside the system, or there's small wheels and then there's a large meta system that's running the whole system, right?
Right.
So for example, podcast, from the time I record an audio till the time it goes live, it sounds like it's nothing, but there's shit ton of things that happened in the process. The employee needs to edit the podcast. Now that's a system by itself, how to edit the podcast, like all the things you need to consider to edit the podcast. So it's a self-contained system. But then there is the idea of, okay, well, you have the edited audio. These are the things you need to do to convert the audio into a real ID3 tagged file for the podcast, and so on and so forth. Or in case of a YouTube video, well, you have to create a thumbnail, or you have to edit the video a certain way, and you have to add lower thirds and this button and that button, and then take care of this audio and that audio. And all of these could be specific cogs in the overall wheel or specific little mini systems inside the system. What is the way to okay, well, I am going to do all of that, or I'm going to be like, okay, you do it, you document it, but overall system is here in the process street documentation as we're adding to it.
I mean, I would have the overall system, the meta level system documented by you, of course. right? And then as far as like, let's say editing a podcast, the system for editing a podcast, I mean, that one you could have him do, but like to document, but it's almost, it's almost like if someone can do the job, then do you really need to document the process for doing it? Like,
Because that employee will go away at some point, and there'll be another employee who will have to do
but
the same thing.
will that person do it? Like, okay, so the big factor is, do you need the podcast edited in a certain way, or do you just need it
Yeah.
edited?
So the thing
That's
with
how you define whether or not you need a system.
yeah, so something as simple as cut out this pre-introduction, cut out the portion after the call is over, after the interview is over, and blah blah blah, or all of those things. Apparently, sometimes these guys don't even think about that, and they just are like,
Okay.
"Oh, this is the edited thing."
Then you've got the answer right there. Then you need a system and you need to create it. Because you're the only one who knows all those things.
Yeah,
Like, 'cause you need
like
to
even
make sure it does,
yeah, even with
that.
podcasts. So something as simple as a podcast episode. Let's say it's a 10-minute episode, but I want a mid-roll and an end roll or end call to outro on it.
Yeah.
But the mid-roll and the outro should be dependent on what the content of the podcast was, rather than just some random mid-roll and outro. So I have to be very careful. Okay, if this is this kind of, if it is self-help, then show this mid-roll or show end roll, show this outro, or embed this mid-roll and embed this outro. But if it's marketing, then embed this mid-roll, this outro. All of those things are like, these are, I guess, my own systemizations, customizations to the system in some ways.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's where the level is, right? Like, you don't need to write a system to teach someone how to edit a podcast unless, I mean, you know, like, okay, so here's what I would say. Okay, if you're McDonald's, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you're going to just put someone who's not skilled into the job of making hamburgers, you need a system that says, start with the bun, put the bun on the grill, put one piece of lettuce, take the mayonnaise and put one squirt, that says exactly how to build a hamburger, right? If you're a diner and you serve hamburgers, you need a short order cook. You don't need to tell them how to make the hamburger. You just like, okay, make a hamburger, make a cheeseburger, right? So you just have to define which one of those scenarios you're in, right? So in the case of editing a podcast, it's more like the short order cook for the actual editing of it, right? It's like, you're not going to hire someone off the street and teach them how to edit. Like, if you did, you could, and you could have a process for it, and you could spell it out like McDonald's. But anytime you hire an editor, you're going to hire someone who knows how to edit audio.
The basics of editing, yeah.
But the specific things that you need to be done, that's like the menu, almost like you need the process for those things. So the chunk where it's like, edit the audio, that you don't need a system for, but the stuff before, like do this, do that, make sure you have the outro, all that stuff, you do need the system.
Okay.
I should probably get going here too.
Yeah.
Should we do thoughts?
Sure.
Trying to think what mine is. I had some good ones this week.
Are you thinking about your thoughts?
Yep.
Is it a meta level thoughts?
I can't think of what I was going to talk about today. I guess, well, one that's been kind of recurring is just the idea of you operate best when you pre-plan, when you have a plan ahead of time and you just execute on the plan. So with my work, with like, you know, I find anytime that I'm in the situation where I'm trying to decide what to do, it's much slower. So if I plan it all out ahead of time and I just follow the plan, that it's worth the time. Anytime that you don't know what to do, you should, you know, build enough of a bridge ahead that you can go on that bridge for quite some distance, right? Like you can't always be putting the plank in front of you and stepping on the plank. Like you gotta put like, you know, 15 planks ahead, and then now you can walk 15 steps.
Yeah, it's that switching between the CEO mode and worker B mode.
Exactly.
You don't want to keep doing that. You want to do it maybe once a day, once a week, once a month for the planning sessions, so that throughout the day you're focused, throughout the week you're focused, and throughout the month you're focused. Yeah, it's true, because otherwise you're just distracted all the time.
Yeah.
My thought was along the lines of constantly thinking of systemizing even the smallest part of the business, so that you can keep on abstracting yourself higher and higher, rather than thinking of systemizing everything, which is very complicated. But one piece at a time, one little black box at a time, one little box at a time, you want to create that system, deploy it, and then the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one, and the next one. What I'm not really talking so much about systems as I'm talking about business philosophy in general, that don't try to do too many things. Master one, do it really well to the point where you actually don't have to even think about it, and only then try to master or get into the next one, rather than muddy your hands with like a whole bunch of things.
Yeah.
Whole bunch of stuff. Like every day I hear someone or the other saying, yeah, you should try Facebook ads. Oh, you should try this offer with like $5 upfront ebook, blah, 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 and then next $10 this and $100 that. Or you should try this and that. And everyone has a valid point that maybe they figured out that works better for whatever they're trying to do. But the truth of the matter is, like, it's much better to just keep doing what you do and keep getting good at it, and not worry about all the other different things you could potentially be doing, which could be like 10% better or 5% better or 20% better. You're like much better off just doing that core thing really, really, really well.
Yep. I agree.
All
right. Send me the cloud link for this recording. I'll get it to Rodrigo and get it up there.
right. See you later.
All right. See ya.
Bye.